After we left Goovigen, we headed off to this little country pub called, or little town, Bluff. We stayed in this country pub. It was really a traditional old country pub, all right. Beautiful beer garden, a few unusual signs in the place. And every night they light up this fire out the back, and anyone there can go around and sit around the fire. Then we were off to, this is Claremont. Had to go and get some supplies at Claremont. So off I went. Then we got to Charters Towers. It was a really rough road up to Charters Towers from there. We stayed with Selena, really good old friend, and this was her veggie garden. In the park not far from where we stayed was some beautiful old homes in the area. This was one of them, called Tower Villa, one of the original old homes. And the guttering, the stone pitched guttering, quite a lot of it around the town, probably would have gone back to sometime in the end of the 18th century. We went to the lookout up at Charters Towers, so we could look out over the district from up here. There was also a lot of little rock wallabies coming around to the place when we were up there. We had fish and chips up there that evening. It was really quite very pleasant and very warm up there. Like, it was still winter, but it was 31 degrees a couple of days up there. So that's the town and the district. It's quite a nice town. It's much bigger than I thought it was going to be. Oh yeah, here's all the photographers at work. Oh yeah, can you see that little rock wallaby down there? Yeah, there he is. Just sunning himself. So it's probably just before dusk here, or just on dusk. They come out and hop around the rocks. Once again, I said there were some beautiful old buildings. This was probably at one time a country pub. It's been turned into a restaurant and renovated. So really beautiful old buildings. We did this tour called the Texas Longhorn Tour. I didn't think much of their outdoor wash area. Their outdoor toilet was even worse, but I didn't take any footage of that. So you had a lot of things there other than just the cattle. There was lots of knickknacks. He had a lot of collections. There's a few old petrol pumps and things around the place. Oh, by the way, you might notice in some of these photos and clips, there's a photo bomber, a secret photo bomber in there. Can you see him poking his head up there? Yep. He pops up in a lot of these photos and videos. Oh, this is one of the things that used to load the cattle with the Longhorns. And you notice the shape at the top of that loading ramp? They have to make them like that, obviously because of these massive Longhorns. This is a cross between a Texas Longhorn and an African breed called a Watusi. The horns are massive. They're really long, not quite as long as the Longhorns. They measure from tip to tip, but they're much thicker, really. And here's a couple of the young ladies on the tour helping us out to see how big they are.
Australia, as a matter of fact. First cow ever reached 90 inches from tip to tip. Ain't you, Millie? She's a 10-year-old cow, and she's the mother of that little fella we're just patting, and the grandmother of Yellowstone. So, she's one of the best Longhorn cows in the country. Maybe the best Longhorn cow. Yeah. She's, everything out here is, apart from one or two, are all pregnant, but she's not. Millie lost her calf, so
poor Millie.
Which means we'll probably wait until our first AI program, which we'll probably do in about November. I should go into that, won't you, Millie? She's pretty laid back, casual, you know, and you can see that she passed that quiet nature on to her son and also her grandson. So.
this fellow currently holds the record. I think it's in Australia for the Texas Longhorns. Well, that pretty well brings an end to the tour for the Texas Longhorns, but we did a lot of other things while we were in Charters Towers, and I'm going to include some of those in the next video.